It all began on a rainy Monday morning at Crestview High, where the halls echoed with laughter, but not the good kind. It was the kind that stuck to the skin like wet clothes. It's the kind that came with sneers, side eyes, and whispered mockery. And at the center of it all was Amara Lewis's 15 years old, soft-spoken, dark-skinned, and new to the school. Asterisk, she had transferred in just 3 weeks ago, moving from Atlanta to the small, predominantly white town of Brookhaven after her mom got a new job. From the moment Amara walked into her first class with her thick, natural curls, worn sneakers, and shy eyes, she felt it. The stares, the snickering, the judgment. Asterisk, but Amara had grown used to being different. What she wasn't used to was being hated for it. Asterisk, at first, the bullying was subtle. Whispered jokes about her weird hair, looks of disgust when she opened her lunchbox to reveal homemade jollof rice, a few missing books from her locker. But then it escalated. Asterisk, the worst of them was Brittany McCoy and her two shadows, Paige and Lindsay. They were the queens of Crestview, blonde, rich, and cold. Brittany had a particular talent for slicing people down with just a few words. Asterisk, you know what you are, right? Brittany said one day as Amara walked past. A charity case. That's why you got in here. Not because you're smart. They just felt sorry for you. Asterisk, Amara didn't respond, not out of fear, but because she had learned something powerful from her grandmother back home. Not every dog barking at you deserves your voice, but sometimes you have to let the lion out. But that moment hadn't come yet. It finally did on a Wednesday lunch period. The cafeteria was full, humming with noise, the scent of pizza and fries in the air. Amara sat alone, as usual, at the far corner. She didn't mind. Her headphones gave her a world of music, and her sketchbook gave her a world of color. But Brittany wasn't satisfied with her silence anymore. She walked up, smirking, Paige and Lindsay right behind her. Asterisk, hey outcast, Brittany said, loud enough for everyone to hear. Got a minute? Amara looked up. Before she could say a word, Brittany grabbed her collar, yanking her up from her seat. Gasps echoed around the room. The whole cafeteria froze. Some kids even pulled out their phones. Asterisk, you think you're better than us? Brittany sneered. Walking around like you're too good to talk. Like you're some queen. You're nothing. Asterisk, for a brief second, Amara just stood there. Her eyes looked down at Brittany's hand clutching her collar. Asterisk, and then she looked, up with calm, quiet strength. Asterisk, no, she said. I don't think I'm better than you. I just know I'm not less. That's when she did something no one expected. She didn't yell. She didn't cry. She didn't hit back. Asterisk, she reached into her bag and pulled out something that stopped the room cold, a sketchbook. She flipped it open to a page, turned it around, and held it up. It was a drawing of Brittany, but not as a bully. Asterisk as a little girl, smiling, happy, innocent. Underneath the drawing, Amara had written one sentence, hurt people, asterisk there. With silence, asterisk, then Brittany let go of her collar. Her face twisted not in anger but confusion, maybe even shame. Asterisk, what is this? She whispered. Amara stepped back, calmly placing the sketchbook on the table. I see you, she said. Not the mask you wear at school, not the crowd you impress. I see the part of you that's hurting, and I hope you heal, because I won't. Let your pain become mine. And she walked away. The room didn't know how to react. It was as if Amara had held up a mirror, not just to Brittany, but to everyone watching. The next few days were different. The whispers stopped. Asterisk. People looked at Amara with something new in their eyes, respect. A few students even started sitting with her at lunch, curious about her drawings. One of them, a quiet boy named Mateo, offered her a new set of pencils. Another, a girl named Sienna, asked if Amara could teach her how to sketch. But the biggest surprise came a week later. Brittany approached Amara during study hall. Asterisk. Hey, she said awkwardly, holding her phone in one hand, her eyes uncertain. So, I showed my mom your drawing, she cried, said I've been acting out. She's been going through stuff. We both have. I'm not saying what I did was okay. It wasn't, but thank you. Asterisk. She held out a small folded note. Amara opened it. Asterisk. It was an apology, a real one. Asterisk, and behind it, something else, an invitation. To the art showcase Brittany was organizing as part of the school's diversity initiative. Asterisk, I told the teachers about you, Brittany added. They want your work to be the main feature. You in. Amara looked up, her eyes soft but firm. I'm in, she said. Asterisk, and so, weeks later, Crestview High held its first ever Unity Through Art event. Students from every background displayed paintings, sketches, photographs, and at the center of it all stood Amara's piece, a giant canvas of a girl standing in a storm, holding an umbrella just for herself. But for others huddled beside her, Brittany was one of them. The event ended with applause, some tears, and a new kind of laughter. One that didn't sting. One that healed asterisk in the end. Amara didn't fight back with fists or insults. She fought with compassion, and she won. Asterisk because sometimes the most powerful weapon is kindness that refuses to break. Asterisk.